So I first came to Christ Church when my friends invited me back in year 7. And I kind of came a little bit on and off through high school, but have been coming pretty solidly, I guess, in the last 5 or 6 years probably. I have kind of experienced, I guess, up and down times in my relationship with Christ. In the sense, from those kind of 5 or 6 years since I started coming along solidly, in the kind of times early on, I felt, I guess, very close to Christ and very connected and very confident in my faith. And then I had times where I was a lot less confident and I felt like I was losing my faith, and that perhaps I'd lost that relationship that I had with Christ. I'd started looking at my life and thinking, is this real? Am I really a saved person? Do I really believe in this? But I think in kind of the last year, I've kind of seen God bring me out of that time of great uncertainty and great doubt. Yeah, I guess the reason I say I believe God has done that, partly I guess internal, in the sense that I feel that I'm internally more confident of the reality of Jesus and the reality of Jesus' salvation. But then in other ways, kind of in practical senses, I've seen God convict me very heavily of sin that was in my life, which I think was really intoxicating my life and causing me to, for those doubts to really start to take over. And God has really convicted me of those sins and brought me out of certain sins. And I've really seen God change me in that sense, and that reality of becoming more and more like Christ and more free of sin. I've seen that as a real thing in my life. Having other Christians around me and, every week coming together and looking really solidly at a passage and thinking, how does this relate to our lives and what does this say about Jesus? It just makes everything so much more real for me, especially in a world where, most of the friends or most of the people I hang out with are non-Christian, and just in all sorts of ways, subtle and non-subtle, the world kind of hints that it's all not real and that it's not true, and it's all just kind of a bit of a myth, this whole Jesus thing. Coming to a growth group and seeing that there are other people that really see this as a reality and see this as see Jesus as a living and active part of their life is a huge influence on me and a huge encouragement and I guess sometimes a wake-up call to me as well. One of the big things is growth group allows an opportunity for you to express your own questions and thoughts and encouragements about a certain passage, and to kind of having a sounding board for that and to kind of express that to a group and have them respond. And also it provides a really kind of solid and tight-knit community. So Sunday is great for general community, but a growth group is always like a weekly thing where you will see the same people every week and a real chance to develop friendships with them. And of course that builds on the whole idea I was talking about how it makes it so much more real and so much more encouraging when you see that other people know this reality of what Jesus has done for them. So developing close relationship with other people who share that love and that belief is so encouraging when you go out into the world for the rest of the week, I find. Yeah, I guess one thing that I do remember from my time in growth groups, especially in my times in past where I was really feeling a struggle in faith, was being able to meet up one-on-one with my leader when I was in the guys group, to meet up during the week and to have that one-on-one relationship with a guy who kind of saw the reality of Christ in his life. For me to be able to see that and share my struggles with him was a really important part of me keeping that desire to want to grow closer to Christ. And yeah, so I think that the one-on-one relationships that come out of growth group have been so valuable to me.